This show is a beautiful cinematic reminder that back in the day, up until quite recently, gay people were absolutely
Ratched. Mildred Ratched.
I was hoping that the details of my condition would remain confidential.
What, that you're a lesbian? That much is plain. It's made obvious by your facial structure.
So that's how everybody can tell I'm gay.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm addicted to cheese. This is my super gay YouTube channel. Jesus is the cheese song. Funky cheddar, funky cheddar. Today I'm rating Netflix series Ratched, starring Sarah Paulson and Cynthia Nixon. Oh, Cynthia Nixon's back on our screens. The woman who single-handedly scared the shit out of my dad back in the day because woman leaves man for woman? What? Come on, Dad. Like, get over it. How I'm going to rate the show today is I'm going to list off all of the kind of more pertinent characters, or the ones that stuck out to me. I'm thankful that there is a show that revolves this much around lesbian content and portraying the struggle queer people went through at that time. This show is supposed to take place in 1947, which is quite a long time ago. Before we get started, disclaimer, I have never watched American Horror Story, so I'm giving you a perspective of somebody who is new to the American Horror Story series. Let me know your perspective if you have watched American Horror Story. Okay, I'm going to rate all of the hetero characters first and leave the lesbians for the end because, well, this is a really gay YouTube channel and I don't want to lose all of my audience halfway through the video. Okay, hetero characters. Dr. Hanover, a familiar looking face because shortly before watching Ratched, I watched The Assassination of Gianni Versace, which is so good. The character he plays in this show is actually kind of similar to the dad he plays in The Assassination of Versace. They're both kind of in denial about things. They lie. They're pretty eccentric and have pretty big appetites for their dreams.
I present to you the lobotomy.
I can't watch a lot of the scenes that he's in because it involves doing horrifying things to people's brains. And those people are often lesbians. Can we just point out that the butler from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is the first person to be tortured? Why did it have to be the butler from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Come on.
Oh, my.
Oh my. This isn't Leave It to the Beaver. Probably the coolest thing that we see with Dr. Hanover is when he goes on a huge acid trip and does some f***ed up things.
Sit back, relax, and bear witness as I touch the mind.
Alright, next is Edmund Tolleson. First impressions, a lot of his character has to do with his physique. His whole thing is like, he's a super sexy psycho. Like, they really do up the sexy psycho thing. And I know that this is a thing. I know that straight chicks, like, swoon over psychopathic serial killers, which, when Edmund gets locked away for doing some pretty psychopathic things, one of the nurses swoons over his ripped up body. As a lesbian, this is not a plus for the series, but it did kind of motivate me to do more push-ups. I hurt my neck. How can you not feel when somebody's behind you in the shower curtain? I can tell when a tiny fly's behind me. I can tell when a daddy longlegs is in the top left corner. I can tell when my girlfriends shed more pubes than normal. You should be able to sense another human behind you. I can tell when somebody's walking up behind me from 45 yards away. What the f*** is wrong with these people? Let me casually stroll out the hallway and see what's up. Excuse me, in polite 1950s tone. Is there a murder going on here? Oh my god!
pause for a update. I unfortunately accidentally muted the microphone, so I apologize, but the second half of this video, the audio quality is going to be significantly than the first half. Again, sorry about that, but nothing I can do.
Next up is Nurse Bucket. I love Nurse Bucket. I love her spunk. There's this really fun scene where she's eating a peach, and, well, let's just watch it.
Excuse me. You're eating my peach.
What are you, deaf?
No. Just thinking of all the things I'm going to do about it.
Ladies.
She's like, wait, what? I freaking love Nurse Bucket. The most interesting thing about the character Charles Wainwright is the hat he sometimes wears, which makes him look 25 years younger when it's on. Lenore Osgood is a juicy character played by Sharon Stone. The first time her character came on stage, I was mesmerized. I was just like, who is that? What actress is that? I swear to God, I thought it was Madonna. Lenore is about a 9.9 on the 1 to 10 scale of older lady hotness. I want to go on a vacation to Lenore's house. Like, I would pay to just look at her character's house.
Nummy num?
Talk about feeding your son in the creepiest way ever. Like, here you go, Chin Dimple. Take some savory rich people food. Alright, now the characters that I care about, the gay ones. I do it for the gays and the something and the something. First up is Gwendolyn Briggs, played by Cyndy Nixon. I was so happy to see her back on the screen. I wasn't sure if she was just gonna be on the old campaign trail for the rest of her life.
What do you have? It's on me.
Oh, I don't know. Just...
Her face. Oh, that's not the face you want when you bring a girl to a lesbian bar for the first time. Oh, did I guess wrong, girl? My bad.
I'm sorry. I have to go.
Mildred.
Did this actually happen? Were there lesbian bars like this? Like, because there's none now. Like, lesbian bars died. They don't exist. And if they do exist, they smell like cat piss. On the other hand, I can't really blame bar owners because lesbians tend to stay home with their cats.
Why did you bring me here? I asked you if you wanted a nightcap.
The next queer character I'm going to talk about is one of the few queer men on the show, who is the character Trevor Briggs. This is Cynthia Nixon's gay husband. We're getting a look at one way people back in the day in the 50s coped with being gay. Trevor Briggs has very few scenes, but is extremely compelling in all of them and really makes you believe that this gay man is in love with his lesbian wife. Lily Cartwright's name might as well have been young lesbian on the cast list. There's really no memorable. The most memorable moment is her getting tortured, and I'm not going to rewatch that. Ingrid's character probably could have been called older lesbian. She has a few more meaty scenes, but overall, these characters end up being involved in a major plot point. And when they are, I found that I didn't give a shit. I just feel like we could have been giving something more than what was essentially a bunch of sex scenes. I just want more. Finally, I've saved the best for last. Here's my review of the main character of the series, who is played by Sarah Paulson, Nurse Mildred Ratched. No surprise, Sarah Paulson is a genius. She's a freaking genius! And I love her lips! She plays Nurse Ratched so good. So good. Nurse Ratched is this show, obviously. You're constantly in love with Nurse Ratched, no matter what psychotic things you do. When the show justifies her psychotic behavior, you're like, yes, yes, yes! I don't have to feel guilty for rooting for a psychopath! The whole series is like, you know, half following Nurse Ratched's understanding her sexuality, and then simultaneously following her trying to help her brother, this murderous psycho killer. That's the show, right? You're secretly happy for her success, even though it probably means more people might die. By far my favorite part of the series is when Nurse Ratched goes on her first date with Gwendolyn.
I'm not sure how I'm even meant to do this.
Well, allow me to demonstrate.
Cynthia Nixon's mouth is running to the table. Allow me to demonstrate. She might as well be doing that.
You just let it slide into your mouth. It's like making love to the ocean.
It's like making love to the ocean.
Let me help you. Just open your lips.
Oh my god, they're practically f***ing! They are practically f***ing right now. It's like she's already writing her face at this point.
Now swallow.
Oh my god! She just told her to swallow! Oh my god! Baller! Final rating for the show, 8 out of 10. Ultimately, Sarah Paulson as Nurse Ratched is so good and so fascinating. On the whole, this is still a super progressive series to portray the struggle and the crazy that went down at these psychiatric facilities, not just to gay people, but to anybody that looked to them for help. There better be another season of this show. Is this a one-off? Somebody tell me in the comments if this is a one-off or not. I don't know. There better be another season because now I'm hooked on this. Thank you so much for watching. You made it to the end of the video. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Remember when we did this in the 90s? Ooh, 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 ooh. It was so fun. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. Have an awesome week. I'll see you next time. New videos every Thursday.